Pot, weed, Mary Jane, chronic are all street names of the popular drug marijuana. According to the United States Drug Enforcement Agency, the number of teens using the drug from 1992 to 1998 increased by more than 300%. Today, I'd like to educate you on the benefits and effects medical marijuana has in the medical field and what it can do to help people with diseases. Information gathered from this speech can be credited to several websites I've examined, including the National Institute of Health, the U.S. Government Funded Institute of Medicine, and a book by Kevin Bonser on how marijuana works. I believe medical research of marijuana is necessary so that society can be more aware of one of the most controversial topics floating around today. Let's look at some of the basic information about marijuana. Marijuana is the name given to the leaves and dried leaves and flower buds of an Indian hemp. There have been more than 400 chemicals found in marijuana plants, and out of these 400, 60 have been placed in a category known as cannabinoids. Of these 60 chemicals, THC is one of the most closely associated with the reaction people have to the drug. Many people today only are aware of the negative effects of the drug, but many clinical studies have yielded that marijuana can have positive effects on people who suffer from different diseases, including glaucoma, HIV, and AIDS. While the effect that medical marijuana has on humans is crucial to consider, we cannot ignore that there is double the amount of benefits to it as there is non-benefits. Studies have shown that THC in marijuana can help with AIDS and HIV. When having both diseases, people show to lose weight. When using marijuana, it makes people with AIDS and HIV to have an appetite, which in returns can make the body gain weight by eating more. It also can help with a neurological disorder. Many people today are burdened by neurological disorders, including multiple sclerosis, spinal cord injuries, and epilepsy. Multiple sclerosis is a condition in which multiple areas of the central nervous system are destroyed and scarred. Studies show that about 90% of patients eventually develop spasticity. Marijuana has been linked to reduce spasticity and the pain that is associated with it. And it also can help with infertility. In my opinion, one of the most important topics dealing with medical research of marijuana are the studies comparing the drug to infertility. A group of scientists from the University of Buffalo conducted numerous experiences and came up with the same result each time. Their data showed that THC regulated sperm functions necessary for fertilization. For those who are not sure about this is possible. Basically, when sperm begins to fertilize, it must swim vigorously to catch an egg. THC causes sperm to lose its stamina makes it almost impossible for the sperm to catch an egg. Now let's look at ways that marijuana is beneficial in the medical field. Over the past couple of years, there have been many clinical studies on the effects of marijuana and cannabinoids on patients. Of these many studies, one of the most prominent include the effect of cannabinoids on pain. Marijuana is known to deal with 3 different types of pain: acute pain, surgical pain, and chronic pain. In the future, marijuana could be a cheaper and healthier solution for pain therapy and will be available to the public. Since marijuana has been around so long, there's no long-term effects it has on the body like some prescription drugs have today. Now I ask you just to give it a chance and go out and better educate yourself on the topic and not have a set mind when talking about the subject. Be open-minded and be willing be willing to accept information about marijuana. Also plan to attend programs, state and local, which walk you through the steps and use of the drug. I feel like this little information provided will give society a little knowledge towards a topic that is on the horizon for debate and conversation. Who knows what the future holds for this society? A year from now, we may all be able to drive down to a local pharmacy and pick up a prescription of marijuana. However, on the other hand, it could be 10 or maybe 15 years before it's even brought up for debate. Either way, I feel that this research is necessary for this generation and generations to come so we may better our lives here on earth.